Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. It is Sunday, May the 26th, 2019, and we are here for show number 77. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 1977. Big 41. Let's get it done. Let's go. Taking no prisoners for the Roland Garros. I plan to absolutely win fantasy team. I plan to absolutely win the final selections. I plan to absolutely take the trophy home.
Just like your Venus one today.
I didn't choose Venus Williams on my draw. I said don't count her out, but I didn't pick her on my draw. I think there's 3 people that did though, and we'll get into that. A lot going on. The French Open, as I'm sure you all know, just began. Matches are finishing up for today, and Carla and I are now set for everyday Roland Garros, i.e. French Open results, news, and discussion. Hopefully all of you are as well, and let's get right into it. By the way, please like and subscribe to our channel. We have goals that we would like to meet, and it's been a very, very fun past couple of weeks. For the past year we've been doing this, and I think we're starting to gain a little traction, and all the thanks goes to you all for that. So welcome everyone. And let's get right into the French Open, which is obviously one of our favorite 4 times of the year. We have a lot to talk about. I already said that, but let's start out by mentioning all of those that entered into the tennis racket giveaway, which is again a Wilson 100S countervail with a 4 1/4 grip, slightly used, in great shape, that I will string up with some of our YTEX strings. And those that entered in for either the 5K tennis shirts or YTEX string shirts or strings in a separate type bet per se, right?
Yes.
So we have a lot of submissions, so I won't waste a bunch of time giving everyone out there people's selections because we would be here all day doing so. But I think most of these are in the comment section of our previous video. But we have the following submissions for the tennis racket and for the separate bet for the shirts and the strings. So we have myself, we have Carla, we have Dusan Dramikanin, we have Ethan D.A., we have Stimpy Boy, we have a new viewer from Sweden. What's up, Peter Dijkstria? I hope I have that pronounced right. Correct me if I'm wrong there. We have Furzy09. We have Kenneth Chow, and we have Dead Seville, as we know as Casper, as well. So if you want to see all of their finalist predictions and the winners, and this will be for the tennis racket, please look in the comment section of our previous video. And I think Ethan D.A. and Casper or Dead Seville sent their picks to us in a personal email.
They also put it in the comments,
as well. So yes. They just make sure.
And Dusan does the same thing, or Dushan.
So in terms of today, for the tennis racket giveaway, nobody at this point has lost a player. So that's great news. Everybody is still in for the tennis racket. On the fantasy teams...
Good thing you guys didn't pick Cecchinato.
Arvis, what happened? Cecchinato lost. All right, so for the fantasy team selections, which is my favorite part, where you select 8 players on the women's side and 8 players on the men's side, 5 in the top 20, the other 3 cannot be. And you get 1 point for every round that your players win. These are the following individuals that have their fantasy teams locked in. Myself, Carla. We have Dusan Dramikanin. We have Ethan D.A., who, by the way, lost Venus Williams today, so that kind of hurt. Sorry about that. We have Furzy09. We have also from Sweden, same gentleman, Peter Dijkstria, and again, I hope I have that pronounced correctly. Please let me know how it's pronounced if it is incorrect. Kenneth Chow, we have, who lost Venus as well today, so again, that kind of hurt. We have Casper, i.e. Dead Seville, who put in his players as well. So that
and he's won already 2 competitions, so he's done good in our prize giveaways.
Yeah, Casper is loaded up with some strings.
Yeah, and then there's still also the point, who wins the most points on play.
Yeah,
that's another contest that's still going on.
And
we'll add it at the end.
Yeah, and I'm going to mention that as well. But by the way, Felix Auger-aliassime pulled out of the tournament, and there are a couple of you, I think there's 4 of you, that picked Felix Auger-aliassime in your fantasy team.
Yes, he pulled out with a groin injury. Kind of sad because, gosh, he was doing so well in clay. That's tough injury.
I think he's a little young to be experiencing injury already, but we'll get into a little bit of that when we get into matches. But a little odd that at his age he's already having injuries. I get we're human
Playing
beings,
too much.
and our body does break down. I think his schedule is a little packed, but I think his team will learn how to juggle that a little bit better moving forward. So if you chose Felix Auger-aliassime, and I think there's 4 of you that did, I'm going to give you a free bone to chew on. You can either take the lucky loser,
which is Davinovich, which we know he did well on clay.
Okay.
He's the Spaniard.
So you can stick with your lucky loser if you wish, so you're not losing points right off. Or, this is a bone I'm giving you, you can choose one player that has not played at this point that is outside of the top 20.
And you must enter it today.
And you must enter in on this video and quickly. Yes. Otherwise, your points will accumulate or not accumulate by the lucky loser that took Felix Auger-aliassame's place. And if you have Venus Williams and Auger-aliassime, I know Carla has Aliassime. I know that Ethan DA has Aliassime.
I'm going to keep my lucky loser, though.
I know that Furzy09 has Aliassime. And I know that Kenneth Chow has Venus, who already lost, and Felix Aliassime. So, Kenneth Chow, much love to you. Welcome. But I would definitely get your pick in pronto because you're already down 2 players. If you don't, well, 1, but a lucky loser, your faith is now in. And that'll set you back. But that's up to you. So those are all of our applicants, and I know there's about 500 or close to it of you that watch. So if you missed this fantasy team prize and so forth giveaway before this tournament started, just be ready for Wimbledon because we're going to do the same thing again. All right? So we're going to move forward, and just to reiterate, the bets that we have or the wagers that we have for this tournament are as follows. Number 1. Earlier in this year, we decided that we would do a giveaway, which was either a 5K tennis shirt. Okay, a 5K tennis shirt.
We have it in blue.
We have it in blue. It's in blue. Let's go! Or a YTEX strings shirt, if we have your size, male or female. Or 2 sets of YTEX strings.
And here's the blue shirt.
Yeah, here's the blue shirt. Thank you. I totally missed that. It's right in front of my face. What are we doing? So the player on the men's side that accumulated the most points throughout this entire clay court season, which we have covered. Good job, by the way, everyone. The second bet that I have personally is that Roger Federer will win the French Open, and that's with Anis Zizou, a person-to-person bet, where if Federer doesn't win the French Open, then I will have to do something quite humiliating right here on the next show after the French Open completes. I don't know what it will be, but if Federer does win, then it's on Anis, and we'll figure that out. Carla has a bet with Rajesh Kumar. Much love to you, Rajesh. That Djokovic will not win the French. So,
and I had another bet, but he disappeared.
So if Djokovic does not win the French, then Rajesh will somehow be involved with some type of humiliating, laughable feat, and vice versa for Carla if he does. The fourth prize giveaway for this one is for the fantasy team selections that we just discussed. And the last and the biggest is the tennis racket giveaway. That involves your predictive finalists for the men's and women's side and the winners. A lot of us have Nadal and Djokovic in the final and Nadal winning. So if that happens, then the field's wide open for who wins this racket.
Well, didn't they have to also guess 3 finalists? And
3 of the 4 finalists. So let's say Djokovic and Nadal make the final and Nadal wins. Well, there's going to be a lot of us that have that already are a shoo-in for 1 winner and 2 finalists. So let's say that someone picks Serena and Halep, and a lot of people have that too.
They don't have a lot of Serenas. I did not see that. I saw more of Halep and Bertens.
So we'll figure it out. But I think if Djokovic and Nadal meet in the final and Nadal wins, then it's going to get really interesting for the tennis racket. So be prepared for that. In case you are new to this channel and are wondering who to or what Carla and I have selected for our finals, because you can't find those in comments. Myself, I have Nadal facing Djokovic with Nadal winning. I have Serena facing Sloane Stephens with Serena Williams winning. Carla has Nadal facing Djokovic with Nadal winning. And Carla has Serena facing Belinda Bencic with Serena winning, okay? So that's our competition for the tennis racket that we're involved in. My fantasy team that I selected was Serena Williams, Simona Halep, Ashley Barty, Sloane Stephens, Daria Kasatkina, Caroline Garcia, and Mladenovic. Okay. On the men's side, I have Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, Thiem, Koric, Wawrinka, Laszlo Jiri, and Lajovic. And I think Jiri won, so I can give myself another point right here. Let's go. And Sloane Stephens won. Let's go. Already rocking and rolling. Let's go. Carla, by the way, has been rolling along today. She has Serena Williams, Belinda Bencic that won, Kvitova, Pliskova who won, Halep, Anisimova, Vondrousova who won today, and Mladenovic who as well won today. She has Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, Tsitsipas, Fognini, Wawrinka, Auger-aliassime who pulled out, and she's going to stick with the lucky loser, by the way, and Fernando Verdasco. So you know what you're up against, at least coming from us. All right? Best of luck to everyone. On my next thing I've written here, did anyone lose a player today? If you chose Venus Williams, you lost a player today and did not accumulate any points for that pick. No one selected Angelique Kerber. We'll get into that. She lost today. And I know a lot of you that entered are really hardcore tennis fans and follow the game, and I don't blame.
They were smart. They were smart. It's like I said, she had an ankle injury and didn't play the last tournament, pulled out. I didn't expect her to do well at the French Open.
Yeah,
I just didn't expect her to do well.
And I have a question later for everyone about Angelique Kerber. So we'll touch on her shortly, and we'll get to that. So let's find out how today went. Again, it's a Sunday, and the thick of things really get started on that first Monday. So there's a few matches, not a lot to touch on, but nonetheless, we're going to talk about them for sure, especially the notable ones. And I wrote here, and I forgot I wrote this. Here are the people that need to get with us immediately in comments if they want to replace Felix Auger-aliassime. And that is Carla, she's sticking with the lucky loser. Ethan DA, let us know. Kenneth Chow, let us know. And Furzy09, much love, Furzy09. Let's get down. Much love. One of the OG viewers like B-Dog. And by the way, B-Dog02, the camera you helped us out to get is on the tripod that you bought. And so when this video is done, I'm going to be having to put videos together to make our first video that we actually had to edit. So if it doesn't come out great, then hey, it's a learning curve and we're just trying to get better. So hopefully the picture is better and the sound is better, and if not, then let us know and we'll go from there. What's up, B-Dog? Go! That's how I get things done.
I would count viewers how many times he says let's go.
Don't care, count them all you want, because I'm going to say it again. Let's go! All right, Carla, let's get into the first round results and things that transpired today. She's over here laughing like she's like, I'm looking over here and she's probably making all these faces like I don't ever see them anyway. You know what I mean? I don't get that. She's always like trying to compete all the time. That's all right. You know, we'll talk about that later too. All right, first round notable matches and results. Fantasy team upsets, if there are any. And some little tidbits on Dimitrov, Kerber, how Federer looked, and what we really will expect from Nadal and Djokovic.
We'll talk about each match. We have time.
All right. So let's start with the women's draw. Carla, and again, Carla and I always make draws to keep up with the show. And then we also have our other draws that we make before it starts, so we can keep up with what we predicted and what we got right and maybe not. Okay. All right, so let's start on the women's.
Well, we got the number 7 seed from the USA, Sloane Stephens, defeated Misaki Doi from Japan, 6-3, 7-6. Got a little testy there on the second set, and I think, Justin, you said if she loses the second set, then I'm worried.
Yeah, she won semi-comfortably in the first set. We watched this match. She won semi-comfortably. I forget, we were talking with the new viewer the other day that was really fun to speak with. I think it was Jalen, and I may have that incorrect. I didn't write that in. But mentioned something, and I never really thought about, that maybe Sloane looked like she picked up some extra poundage. I didn't really notice that, and maybe
I think a few viewers have mentioned that. He's not the only one. I think even B-Dogs mentioned that before. It looks like she needs to get back in shape. She looks a little heavier. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you're a professional athlete, you need to be in tip-top shape.
I have Sloane Stephens on my fantasy team, and I have her making it to a final against Serena. So I'm only hoping she gets better.
Well, her second match is going to be tough because I picked this person to beat her in the next round, which is Sara Sorribes Tormo from Spain, who beat Alison Van Uytvanck from Belarus, won in 3 sets, and I think that will be a true test for Stevens. We know Sorribes is very good on clay. She was raised on clay, and I think she's beaten her before.
Hey, by the way, can you say that last name or her entire name one more time?
Sara Sorribes Tormo.
Something when
well, it's the 2 R's.
No,
when there's
yeah.
2 R's, you have to say it.
Well, when you hear someone that speaks Spanish fluently and they bust out the on the double R, it really just pumps me up.
Well, you know how to do it pretty well. Some people don't, baby.
Well, that sounds good. Can I get that one more time?
Oh my gosh.
Let me get that one more time.
Stop.
Let me get it one more. Come on.
Sara, you want me to say her
Yeah, the whole thing.
Sara Sorribes Tormo.
Ooh, love that.
Anyways.
Love that.
Well, she'll face off Sloane Stevens, and I know you have her going to the finals, but this is where I have her stopping.
So you think Sorribes Tormo will beat Sloane Stevens?
Absolutely.
We'll see what happens. I don't think so.
I mean, her Nike outfit might have helped her a little bit today.
All right.
I don't know.
She stepped off her sponsor, the chocolate milk, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Sorribes.
I'm kind of curious, and I know this is out of topic, but why would Nike pick black and white for the French Open? You would think you want to go more with the color of the clay.
Yeah, the Nike outfits are kind of subpar. Dimitrov played subpar, almost lost in 5 sets, and I blame it on the outfit, and then after that, I just blame it on his overall package, which is subpar. Subpar.
Well, currently on right now, the next match is Jennifer Brady from the USA and Ivana Jorovic from Serbia. They are playing right now. They're not done. It's 5-all, 15-all on the first set.
When we were doing our predictive draws, I told Carla, and I wrote this on the draw, this is the only opportunity I think that we can get Brady to win a round. So I'm hoping she pulls this off.
I hope so for her too, and for the USA. I mean, sometimes the American players don't do well on clay, so hopefully she can get through 1 round. Right?
I hope so too. I predicted it to be so hopefully it happens.
The next match that's about to play is Aleksandra Sasnovich from Belarus, who will play Polona Hercog from Slovenia.
Ooh.
Or Slovakia.
So I wonder if Hercog's huge biceps will make a difference here in this tournament.
Well, whoever wins from that match, I mean, it's either Brady or Hercog or Sasnovich or Jorovic. One of those 4 will play against each other in the next round.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Sasnovich when this match begins to move forward.
I actually have her upsetting. We do another bracket, which is on our fantasy group, and you have to go through each player. Not really, no, not that one. But I do have Sasnovich losing to Hercog.
I'm going to take Sasnovich there.
Okay, next match was Garbine Muguruza from Spain, the 19th seed. Defeated Taylor Townsend from the USA in 3 sets. She lost the first set 5-7 and then came back to form, winning it 6-2, 6-2.
Hey, look.
And I know a few people have her, right? They picked
Look,
Muguruza.
there are a lot of us on this channel, in this group, that submitted fantasy teams that have Muguruza. I have her, and a lot of us do. I was a little tweaked when I saw she dropped the first set, especially to Taylor Townsend. No disrespect to her, but remember, Muguruza's won this tournament before. So I was a little shocked about her losing the first set, but she found her way and moved forward. So let's go. Let's see how the rest of this tournament unfolds.
Next player was Magdalena Rybarikova, who who went down to Johanna Larsson from Sweden, 6-3, 6-4.
Let's go, Sweden. One of my favorite players ever, Stefan Edberg. Beautiful player, wonderful game. I remember the Boris Becker Edberg face-offs when I was a boy. Man, we used to run home like Mike Tyson was fighting, or Jordan was playing basketball. You know, I'd run home to see Edberg or Becker play. I'd run home to see Jordan play, and I'd run home to see Tyson play. Well, for Tyson, it was more like I'd beg my mom to stay up late to watch it. But all in all, Edberg is one of those elite athletes.
I actually got to watch it with my best friend back in like 1995 at the U.S. Open. I don't remember who he was playing, but we were right there, right up front. It was on grandstand, and I remember my friend got the towel thrown to her by Stefan Edberg. It was really great. We had the hots for him at that time.
Yeah, she got the towel from Edberg.
She has it. She still has it.
She got an Edberg towel.
All right.
But hey, good job for the Swedish girl.
Yes. Next player is Katerina Kozlova from Ukraine, defeated Bernarda Pera from the USA, 6'2", 7'6", and she was a qualifier for this tournament, so good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
She continues her run.
We have mentioned her multiple occasions this clay court season, and I know a lot of the other viewers have commented about this player throughout this clay court season. No one picked her, but hey, good conversation leading up. She won a round.
Ukraine, number 9 seed, defeated Venus Williams, 6'3", 6'3".
Ouch.
Well, like I've always said, no disrespect to Venus Williams, but clay has never been her strongest suit. If this was grass, I would have picked her to beat Svitlovina.
Well, look, you can never count Sloane Stephens out. I mean, Sloane Stephens. You can never count Venus Williams out.
On clay, you can.
Unfortunately, her first drawn match was against a top 5 player in the world at some point. I think she's at number 9 now. But she's been up there in the rankings. She was dealt a kind of an iffy card getting going, and I don't think she had much time to kind of get into the tournament, and she kind of faced the barrage of Svitolina right out. That's the only reason why I didn't pick her. I know for months I've talked about, if Serena's on one side of the draw and Venus is not, you'd be naive to not say that they could meet in the final. But once I saw Venus Williams' first round match, I knew not to even go into a gambling choice with my first match with one of my players. So I'm sorry Venus lost. I'm a big fan, always will be. But the better player won today.
Yes, definitely. Belinda Bencic from Switzerland, the 15th seed, defeated Yaseki Poncet from France, who's a wild card. 6'1", 6'4", good win for her. I have her in my final.
Yeah,
and she's continuing her run on clay. She's done well this season.
Yeah, good match for here. I don't think Bencic wins the tournament. I think you have her going to a final, right?
I do, yes.
I don't have her going even past the quarters, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I wanted to go different from everybody. I noticed a lot of people in this fantasy group and our fantasy group, they all have Kiki Bertens or Halep. I was a bit confused by that. I was like, people really have faith in Bertens, huh?
They do. I don't think Bertens is going to get out of the first week. She might even lose in the first round. No disrespect to her, but again, I just look at the history of her achievements at big tournaments, and none have been stellar per se. I mean, some deep runs, yes, but do I think she'll go deep here? No.
Next player is Laura Siegemund from Germany, won against Sofia Zuk from Russia, the qualifier, 6'3", 6'3".
A good win, by the way, for Siegemund. She wears socks like Bethany Maddox-Sands, like hiked up to her kneecaps, and sometimes this causes a distraction with her opponents. So the socks aren't a hindrance, at least not yet, but nonetheless, the high socks pulled off another win today. I'm kidding, obviously, but good win for her as well. I like this girl. She's feisty. She plays Davis Cup as well, or not Davis Cup, but Fed Cup. Sorry, confused it with the men. She's a good player.
Yes. Next player, the number 50 from Germany, Angelique Kerber, went down to Anastasia Potapova from Russia, 6'4", 6'2". No surprise to me there. I actually had her losing in the first round on my fantasy group.
Yeah, so Potapova goes through Angelique Kerber relatively quickly. We know that Kerber is a Grand Slam champion. Is this really an upset, though? Is it an upset? I mean, if you haven't followed Kerber...
It's an upset by seeding, but no, it's not an upset because we knew she wasn't prepared.
Yeah,
she just wasn't prepared. She was injured. And
yeah, if you're looking at numbers, then okay, it's an upset. But if you're following kind of the context, the flow of this year, moving on to this surface, it's not really an upset. Hence why none of us rolling the fantasy team stuff picked her. Nobody picked her.
Marketa Vondrousova, the 19-year-old, defeated Yafang Wang, 6'4", 6'3". I have her in my bracket. I think you do as well. Good match for the 19-year-old.
Vondrousova?
Yes.
I do not have Vondrousova, but a lot of you guys do. And I think
she has a great opportunity in the next match against Potapova.
Is Vondrousova maybe a future top 5 women's player?
I think so.
She's a hot young player.
She's tall.
She's feisty. Tall. She's tall. She's good. She can play. I wish the best of luck for her. A lot of you picked her, and I did not. So yes, I'm hoping that she loses early, but I don't think she will.
Petra Martic from Croatia, the 31 seed, defeated Ans Jabeur from Tunisia, 6'1", 6'2". I expected this. I think most people expected this. Good match for her. She is the 31 seed and has had a hot season on clay.
Yeah, we've covered Martic a lot. We went back and forth, Carla and myself, trying to figure out whether we were going to pick her or not on our fantasy team, and I was a little shocked that nobody did. But a big match set up for the second round between Martic and
Mladenovic, who defeated Fiona Ferro from France, 6'3", 7'6". This is where I think some of us took Mladenovic to keep going far in the bracket, and I have her going all the way, meeting Pliskova.
Yeah, so Mladenovic, if you are new to this channel, again, she plays for France. She's not from there originally, and that's how
She's from Croatia.
She's a Croatian, but nonetheless, she plays for France. And hey, you fly the flag with who pays your way in a sense, and that's just how things work. No disrespect there. But Mladenovic, in case you don't know, is coached by Sasha Bajin, who again was Serena's hitting partner over multiple major championships, who carried Osaka through 2. Osaka dropped him, and he wound up with her. I think Mladenovic has the belief of having a good coach on her staff or on her team.
Sure.
But I think Martic may have a shot here. Now, I picked Mladenovic on my fantasy team, and so did a lot of us.
I did too.
But I don't know if I just missed out on the fact that Martic was looming potentially right off. But this is a big match, the biggest women's match that I've got written down so far heading into the second round.
Yes.
It's a big match. Martic, Mladenovic. Good match. Check it out.
Kuznetsova from Russia goes down to Kristina Kuchova from Slovakia, 6-4, 6-2. Yeah, I guess the veterans' time is running out. I actually had Kuznetsova winning this match. I was a bit disappointed. Not shocked because, well, she just started playing again back from an injury. I really wanted to see her go further. I really enjoy watching Kuznetsova play tennis.
Yeah,
and she's played with Henin, Serena, Venus. I mean, she's a veteran.
Yeah, this match, I saw this at the very beginning doing draws, and I looked at Kuznetsova, but again, I've mentioned this before a dozen times on the show. I had an opportunity to watch Kuznetsova play Justine Henin at the 2007 U.S. Open Final, and I thought to myself, man, it seems like yesterday, but it wasn't. It was quite a while ago, 12 years ago, and she's still grinding it out. So I didn't want to risk a pick there. Is that an upset Kuznetsova loss? I don't think so.
No, she's at the end of her career as well.
So I'm sorry Kuznetsova lost, but I agree. It may be time for her to get into maybe coaching or...
Yeah, she's a great... I mean, she seems like a fun person.
Exactly.
Next player is Karolina Pliskova. The number 2 seed from the Czech Republic defeated Madison Brangle from the USA 6-2, 6-3. And will face off the qualifier, Kuchova.
Yeah, Pliskova won a lot of points for a lot of the fantasy team applicants that we had today. Great picks. I stayed away from her just because of the surface. Yes, I know she just won a tournament. But I still am not... I love Pliskova, by the way, a lot.
He does. It's one of her favorite
One of my favorite players, and I hope she wins a major. I don't think it will be here, and therefore I
picked her as well, which I normally don't because she's one of my least favorites. I've said this is a player that's 28 years old, and I think she should have won many slams already. She had a great opportunity at the U.S. Open many years ago and didn't come through. I think sometimes she's a bit too dry, and mentally she goes away.
All in all, I like Pliskova a lot, but I don't think that she makes it, say, past the 4th round, maybe a quarter, and I think her run will come to an end here. But I expect big things for her on grass and on hard court. All right? Okay. All right, so let's jump into the men's section. Would anybody disagree that the upset of the day on the women's side, even though it wasn't that big of an upset, would be Kerber?
With the seeding, you have to go with Kerber.
Have to go with that one.
Yes.
All right.
First match is Stefanos Tsitsipas, from Greece, the 6th seed, wins in 3 sets against Maximilian Marteri from Germany, 6-2, 6-2, 7-6. He looked good.
Yeah, now Maximilian Marteri is not a bad player. He's a solid player, and Tsitsipas disposed of him in straights. This is a point gainer for a lot of you that submitted.
Some people even picked him to win.
Yeah, we have a couple people that picked him to either win or make the final, but a lot of you have him on your fantasy team, and great pick. I stayed away from him just because of age and a little kind of a spastic kind of way of running around the court so much.
He just doesn't want to give in to Tsitsipas.
Well, I like Tsitsipas. I think he's too young to win here, and I think
we had young champions before, Justin.
Well, I understand that, but this isn't Michael Chang. This isn't a young Chris Evert or Tracy Austin or whoever. This is a different realm of tennis. People are blooming later, and I still don't think he's ready to win a major yet.
Okay. Next player is Hugo Delian from Bolivia beat Prajnesh Gunneswaran 6-1, 6-3, 6-1. I had the Bolivian winning against the Indian player. Yeah, we mentioned this match, not necessarily that's notable, but here's 2 guys. Gunneswaran, my son and I have watched play a few times, and we like his court conduct. But here's this young man, Hugo Delian from Bolivia. It's very rare you're hearing about tennis players from Bolivia. Trivia question, can anybody name another Bolivian tennis player? And he won a round. Unfortunately, he's going to pay Tsitsipas in the next round, so any of you that pick Tsitsipas
are basically guaranteed at this point another point.
Hey,
on
unless
your
this
fantasy
guy comes
team.
out, unless Dillian comes out playing lights out, you never know. Anyone can lose.
Yeah.
Anyone can lose. Remember
Anybody
that.
could lose.
We watched this match, and all I kept doing was shaking my head, and I said, here goes Dimitrov again. Grigor Dimitrov from Bulgaria defeated Janko Tipsarevic from Serbia 6-3, 6-0, 3-6, 6-7, 6-4. Long match. After 6-3, 6-0, you lose the next set 3-6, and then lose 6-7?
Oh, I have something on my show. I'm going to have something on your show.
I thought it was a bit ridiculous. Here you have Janko Tipsarevic, who in the second set fell, and it looked like his left thigh, was hurting him. And then Grigor, I don't know what happened. He went away. Typical Grigor. So, Justin, what do you have in store for us?
I'm trying to find it.
I don't think he has anything in store for us. Well, his next match will be a tough match. Marin Cilic from Croatia, the 11th seed, defeated Tomas Fabiano from Croatia.
So, no, wait a minute. So, I had a picture. And I wanted to grab my old phone, and it was too blurry. I was going to put it in the phone so you could see it of Dimitrov's face in some of those points. But unfortunately, it's just not going to work that way. Dimitrov, though, in my opinion, was extremely lucky to get out of this match. Extremely lucky to get out of this match. After going up so big, then losing 2 sets, and the crowd was behind Tipsarevic. Look, I don't know how to say this any differently, but Dimitrov at this point is in trouble.
I was actually rooting.
He's in trouble.
I was rooting for Tipsarevic because on my bracket I had Tipsarevic beating him.
Yeah, Tipsarevic, I like him a lot. And again, it's not that I dislike Dimitrov, but I've just kind of seen enough of the same old same. At his level, never showing signs of really any type of improvement. I don't know if this is now the precedence for Dimitrov. Is this what we're always going to see? Is this what we can always expect now? So he was maybe at one point the next best thing, but now is just kind of, he might lose the next tournament in the first round.
Well, Cilic looked pretty good on clay. I mean, he defeated his opponent in 3 sets, and I don't see Dimitrov even getting a set off Cilic, honestly, the way he looked a little confident out there.
Looked a little sluggish. Do you remember, Carla and I watched this match to the Dimitrov-Tipsarevic match, and they were showing some highlights of Dimitrov and Tipsarevic, like just where they were striking the ball, like hitting it, and then they would show another clip where, and look, I don't want to sound like non-humble, but it just looked like both of them, for the most part, were not even that great.
Yeah, you know,
it didn't
actually,
look that
when
clean.
Justin
It looked
showed,
like Dimitrov was hacking away. It looked like Tipsarevic was hitting off the back foot and not following through his shot. So they would show clips, and Tipsarevic would be like, you know, it looked a little weak, and then they would show Dimitrov slicing, and he wasn't going through the ball.
Right.
He was like hacking down and away.
Yeah. I told him, I said, you know, the sad part is that there are many players, thousands of players out there in the world, in the USA and other countries that are a lot more talented than some of these pros we watch, but they never get the chance to be seen. They never get that chance for someone to sponsor them.
Yeah, so again, I guess the moral of the story is what she's trying to say is that when we were watching clips of just their strokes, not the whole point, we were telling ourselves, geez, you know, there's some players that we know on a local level that look a lot better than that, but because of maybe the luck of the draw, kind of like in music, you know, you have good musicians, they never get noticed, and then they just end up going to the grave being a wonderful musician that never was. But there's a lot of good players out there. And what I saw from Tipsarevic and Dimitrov today was subpar tennis. I mean, good luck for both of them. But it didn't look like anybody I'd be scared to play. I wouldn't beat them, obviously, but I wouldn't be scared to play them.
Correct. Next match, currently on right now, Robin Hasse and Philip Kohlschreiber are currently playing right now. They are on the 4th set. Kohlschreiber had won 6-4, 6-4, and then Hasse comes back winning 7-6. But Kohlschreiber is up 5-1 and serving.
Good for Kohlschreiber, long time.
I think my son picked him as the unseeded
player.
player.
One of our 5 kids, our oldest son, has Kohlschreiber on his fantasy team. Great pick by him. A little risky, but it looks like he's going to get a point out of his unseeded player.
Yes. Leonardo Mayer from Argentina defeated Jiri Vesely from the Czech Republic 7-6, 6-3, 6-0. 6-0. There are many 6-0s today.
Couple bagels rolling around here. Don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. Just turn into the French Open. You'll see some bagels rolling around.
And it was actually our 14-year-old who picked Kohlschreiber, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't our oldest son. It was our second oldest son.
Diego Schwartzman. I watched this match. I was rooting for Martin Fucsovics. Beats Martin Fucsovics in 5 sets.
Now, do you?
By the way, I never watched Schwartzman play before. This was the first time I really watched him, and I gotta say,
He can play.
For a guy that's that short, they say 5'7", but he looks a lot shorter. He hits the ball very deep. He has great forehand, backhand, very deep. He pins you to that baseline. The only problem with his game is that he gets broken a lot.
He does hit very deep, and today he proved that to be very effective against Fucsovics. Carla, do you want to educate everybody on why you even watch or even care for the guy Fucsovics? Because it really has nothing to do with tennis. Can you tell everybody why you like your Iron Man nickname Fucsovics?
Oh, he's just a good-looking guy.
Okay, that's not what you say.
He looks like a soldier. He looks like a soldier.
Okay,
when I see him, I look at like a Russian soldier. Everything's chiseled from the top to the bottom.
Okay, so that's what she says to be correct. But her thing is, oh my gosh, he's built like an Iron Man. Look at that, he's an Iron Horse. He looks like a Russian soldier. Ooh. She likes him because of that, not because of his game, and he was beaten by the better player today.
Sure, he got broken a lot too. I mean, in men's tennis, you should not be getting broken that much. And they were breaking each other's serve a lot today.
Here we go.
All right, next match was Matteo Berrettini from Italy, the 29th seed, took out Pablo Andujar from Spain in 4 sets. Good match for Berrettini. He did well in clay. He's the younger version of Fognini, but he still has to learn how to touch up in some areas, but very good match for him.
We have
a lot of people picked him.
We have a couple people that selected Berrettini on their fantasy team. Great pick. I would have stayed away from him like the plague, but nonetheless, you have earned yourself a point.
Yes, definitely. Next match is Casper Ruud from Norway. Defeated Ernest Gulbis 6-2, 7-6, 6-0.
That's a big win.
Another 0.
Look, Casper Ruud has had a really wonderful season, and a lot of people picked him as well on their fantasy team. However, I was too scared of Ernestus Gulbis because he can beat you. Gulbis can beat you.
When he's on.
But I wasn't going to risk it. But good gamble for those that picked Ruud, and good win. You earned yourself a point.
Oscar Otte from Germany, the lucky loser, defeats Malek Jassiri, the veteran from Tunisia, in 4 sets, and the last set was 6-0. Another 0.
Bagels, baby. We got Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme rolling through here right now. Let's go.
Roger Federer from Switzerland, the number 3 seed, defeats Lorenzo Sonego from Italy, 6-2, 6-4, 6-4. He looked good.
He looked good.
Looked like he can play in clay, and his outfit kind of went with the clay.
I didn't care for the outfit.
I heard a lot of people didn't care for it, but it was more of a brownish.
It was too gray. It was gray. It was like a grayish drab brown.
Well, the clay is orange, kind of like it's like a dark
like
orange.
An adobe color, like adobe brick, like, you know what I mean? But I didn't care for the outfit. I thought the outfit was not good.
Better than Nike.
I mean, he won, yeah. Well, Nikes look like someone drove by.
Looked like a kid just scribbled it. He said, "Let me draw flowers."
Well, no, it looked the Nike one looked like someone drove by a black building and threw paint on it. And then the Federer outfit looked like, I don't know, just as bad as those Nike outfits, the last, US Open, where it was like vintage throwbacks.
The denim, yes.
Yeah, it just didn't look too good.
By the way, Kohlschreiber comes through in 4 sets.
There you go. Good win, Chris. All right, so...
Kei Nishikori from Japan defeats Quentin Halys from France, the wild card, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4.
Nishikori looked good today. Nishikori is one of those players for me I wanted to put on my fantasy team, and I had to kind of pick and choose what I was going to do and what I wasn't going to do. I elected to go with someone else, and I don't think anybody picked Nishikori.
No one picked Nishikori.
No one picked
his next match could be against Tsonga or Gojovic, Peter from Germany.
And both of those players are good, but I think now at this point, Nishikori is guaranteed a 3rd round.
Alexei Popopirin from Australia, the wildcard, defeated Hugo Humbert from France in 4 sets.
Good match. I think, though...
And we'll be facing Laszlo Giri from Serbia, the 31 seed, who defeated Ramos Vinolas Albert from Spain, 6-3, 6-2, 7-6.
Let's go. So I have Laszlo Giri on my fantasy team. I know a lot of us do as well. I really hope that Giri has an easy time with Popirin and finds himself in a matchup against Nishikori in the 3rd round. And if Giri and Nishikori match up in the 3rd round, Giri has a shot to do something really big here.
He definitely does. Currently playing David Goffin from Belgium, the 27 seed, is playing Ricardas Berankis from Latvia, and he's up 6-0, 6-2, 4-1.
Holy bagels, Batman, getting things done.
Wow.
Let's go. Goffin can do well here too, but unfortunately with Goffin, he's down in Nadal's neck of the woods, if I remember correctly. So I think that's a dangerous place for Goffin to be.
It is.
Yeah, he is down in Nadal's neighborhood, so that's a tough place for anybody to be.
We had also another withdrawal. Sam Querrey from the USA withdrew due to abdominal, and Henry Laxensen from Switzerland will take his place.
Yeah, I think Querrey, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Querrey was just in, I think Sam Querrey, the American big server, was going to win a round and then ultimately face Djokovic next.
He said, why waste that?
So he was probably like, why do I want to waste my cannon serve on 2 months before Wimbledon where I really need it? So I think that was a kind of a strategy. Let's pull out. Again, Anderson's not playing. Isner's not playing. And Querrey is now pulled out. They're all, none of them are playing. Am I lying here?
You know, I did skip a player, didn't I? Nicholas Mahut defeated Marco Cecchinato, the 16th seed, in 5 sets. What's up, Arvis Jagamire? What happened? You said this guy was a clay specialist.
Yeah, no.
Last year he beat Djokovic, and this year he goes out in the first round.
Well, Mahut.
To Mahut, the veteran.
Well, don't forget Mahut.
But he's a doubles player. Was given a wild card.
But don't forget Mahut is playing in front of his home field crowd. And he can dig deep. He's a veteran. He's tricky. He's feisty. And Mahut took Isner to 3,231 to 3,230 or 229 in Wimbledon, right? So he can dig deep at some point.
I guess.
All right. So that's the end of the French Open results and draws for today. So let's move in right into a couple of topics that I have to finish off the show for today. So real quick, topic number 1, and this is a quick one. I read an article this morning. It was about, 6 o'clock this morning, 7 o'clock this morning. And this article popped up on my screen. And it was by a writer by the name of Charlie Eccleshare. And it was printed in a periodical called The Telegraph. The title of this was Special Report. Special Report. With their long levers and easy power, men's tennis is becoming the land of the giants. Okay? Special report. With their long levers and easy power, men's tennis is becoming the land of the giants. Okay? What I'm going to do, I read the title, I want to quote a brief section of this article and ask all of you, and Carla, I don't think she's heard this yet, if you agree or if you disagree. Okay? Keep in mind when I read this article, the players that are mentioned, there's only 2 of them, and the tournament discussed to make this such a special report. The tournament and the players. And just to be spot on, I printed the article, so I'm going to read it word for word. Okay? Here's the article and quote. For 2.5 hours in New York earlier this year, tennis was given a glimpse, and a terrifying one, depending on your viewpoint, into the future. In a contest that featured no breaks of serve, 3 tie breaks and 81 aces, a record for the best of 3 sets match, 6'11" Riley Opelka triumphed 6-7, 7-6, 7-6 over 6'10" fellow American John Isner at the New York Open. Not New York Open like the US Open, but a smaller tournament in New York. It was fast, ferocious, and with barely a rally in sight. Welcome to men's tennis in 2019, the land of the giants. Does anyone agree or disagree with this? Let me tell you where I'm at with this. I read this article and I'm thinking, number 1, the tournament was fun, but it was a no-show, really.
No one was
I think Isner was the top.
We covered this tournament.
We covered the tournament. There was no crowd there. There was no players there hardly outside of a scattering. Number 2, both players mentioned here in this final, and no disrespect to either or, but they're not stellar players. They just have a big serve, right?
Correct.
Yet these are the same players that have changed multiple majors from not having a tiebreaker or for having a tiebreaker in the 5th set. So we know because of Isner and Mahut, we now have a tiebreaker at Wimbledon, and 200 years of tennis tradition just goes out the window. So here we are with another mention of big servers with no hitting, just serving, no breaks, probably really brutal for some to watch. But now we have people indicating, or at least one in this sense, that this is the future of men's tennis. I could not disagree anymore. There's
disagree.
always been big servers. There's always been big players. What about Big Bill Tilden back in the day? And the list goes on. There's nothing.
You had Todd Martin, who's a big
Todd Martin,
server.
and there's a lot of them.
Goran Ivanisevic.
Mark Philippoussis.
Yeah, Krajicek was another big server.
So I don't think it's I don't think it is the future of men's tennis at all.
No.
I think that was maybe kind of a shot from the hip article.
I disagree.
And maybe someone hasn't quite, I don't know, been around the game long enough to know that this isn't anything new. What you got is just the best of who was there. And unfortunately, those two had a big serve. But I can promise you that a game of like Djokovic's level, or Federer, or Nadal, or Murray, they got the whole package.
And that's
they're
what
going to
you
beat
need.
them. They're going to beat them 8 out of 10 times.
Yes.
So I disagree with that one. But again, we're not the all-seeing eye. That's just my opinion. It's a well-written article, well
look
done.
at all the Grand Slam champions. Are they huge servers, or do they have an all-around game?
Yeah, it's really tough for a big server to win at the highest level consistently. It really is. So I do not think that we have seen now the likes of the future of men's tennis based upon a no-show tournament at the New York Open in which the final only had 3 people in the stands and we just watched people have a serving contest. I don't think we've seen the future of men's tennis. Agree or disagree? All right, Carla, as always, I like to do 12 rapid-fire questions for Carla to answer and for all of you to answer. So let's go with this one. I'm going to ask these questions, and you guys feel free to type in comments as I ask them, but do it quickly. The rule is you cannot think, you have to go. Question, answer. You ready? Kind of like Jeopardy. You got a time limit. You ready, Carla?
Yes.
Watch them. Don't watch my question, and let's play 12 rapid-fire questions. Here we go. Number 1. Will we see another major from Angelique Kerber?
No.
Were you impressed with Grigor Dimitrov's win today?
No.
Would you rather be hot or would you rather be cold?
Hot.
What is your favorite drink to bring on the tennis court?
Lemonade.
Do you prefer the beach or the pool?
Neither, and I'll go with pool.
I would go with pool too. Do you enjoy telling people that you beat me sometimes when you really don't?
Yes. Barbara, by the way, you saw it today. Okay.
We didn't even play a set today.
But she says, obviously, I can beat you.
Oh, wait a minute. OK has a K and not an R. How about Jeez. All right, here we go. Is Felix Auger-aliassime too young to be dealing with injury?
No.
I think it's a.
We've got a lot of young players that are playing way too much, and they're going to get injured.
The team will work that out, I hope, because he's a good player.
Yeah.
Are you upset that Sam Querrey withdrew from the French Open?
No.
I like Sam. I met the guy. He's a good
I like
guy.
him on Wimbledon.
He's a good guy. Met the guy.
I pick
good
him
guy.
always for Wimbledon. Always.
Hard to deal with a serve, but if you can get through that, then you've got a good chance.
Yes.
What percentage would you give an American man to get into the second week of the French Open?
0.
Zero.
You don't have to say cerro. It's not too hard.
Right. Still working over here. Espanol is getting more fluent. All right. When you miss an easy shot on the tennis court, give me the first 2 to 3 words that come into your head.
I usually I tell myself what to do next time. I don't know what words I would say.
I tell myself, like, what the?
I don't get mad. I just said next time do this.
Okay, so next time do this.
Mm-hmm.
When you miss a shot, those are your first words.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mine aren't so PG.
Yeah.
All right. Will Andy Murray ever play singles again?
Yes, he's playing Wimbledon, I heard.
Not doubles. He's pulled out of singles. I know that.
Oh,
I looked it up.
Oh.
Murray will not be playing singles at Wimbledon, but he will be playing doubles.
I think he will. I think we'll see him at the U.S. Open. He'll try.
I wonder if he plays doubles with his brother Jamie. Possible.
He's a good doubles player.
Good question.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Do you think Bianca Andreescu makes any noise here at the French Open?
No.
There you go. You have now played 12 rapid-fire questions. Let's go. Excited about this tournament. Excited about the next 2 weeks of the show.
By the way, Brady won the first set.
Good for her.
Yes.
Excited about this 2 weeks. Really excited about this French Open. All right, so the last part of today's show is, as usual, a thought/quote of the day. And I found this one, it was like destiny. I was reading the article about the big giants in tennis and how they're changing the game, but it's just 2 guys that can serve big. And this quote was at like the end of it, like it was like an advertisement, or so. It was, I thought it was meant to be. So I'm reading that one. All right? Quote of the day. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. That came from Frank Outlaw.
And there's many ways of saying that. Don't put your foot in your mouth. Think before you put your foot in. There's many ways to say that.
Many ways of saying this, and we have said something like this before, but this is a perfect example of the domino effect of the human psychology when we get started thinking down and how it can adversely affect things in the physical realm. So we wake up and we think negative, and then we think negative and we say something to someone because we're thinking negative. And then because we say something and that gets something stoked up, then we've made some action. We've smashed a hole, or we've smashed a racket, or whatever it may be, through something, or just got more rattled internally, right? And then we make that a habit. We make that a habit of getting stoked up and doing something that costs us. And then we become the guy that's known as, or a young lady that's known as that guy that can't. You know what I'm saying? So when your thoughts turn into your being is ultimately your destiny in a sense. Moral of the story, if you can wake up in the morning and do one thing, in my humble opinion, it's to try to keep anything negative out of your head.
Sure.
Because that is the precipice. That's what starts off the day. So if you wake up and your back hurts, my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, I feel it every day. All I tell myself is, hey, nice warm shower to loosen up, and I can't wait to get going. Or I could sit there and just dwell. I don't want to do anything. Smash the bed pole, grab my lamp on the side of the bed, smash it, and just get bent out of shape. And then when I see one of my 5 kids, like, what are you doing here? My knees hurt. I just smashed the lamp. And then they get all mad. So I'm just making that up. But again, it's a domino effect of energy, and it starts with thoughts. And if we don't check it, it becomes our destiny. I thought it was well written, and that's why I read it.
Okay.
All right. So look, that's it. I had something written here, and I'm like, I'm not used to seeing that. So I'm going to end this video, by the way, and we are going to go into a room and try to put these videos together into one. Because the camera is supposed to be better, but it won't record as long. So we are going to get some help from Rahesh out there. What's up? Thanks again, B-Dog. And try to put these all together. I've done this before last year, and it went nowhere. But supposedly what we have now will do so. So if it comes out like it did last year, I'm going to still publish the video, but it'll look like I'm in like an old ninja movie. That's actually
it'll be fun.
with Chinese language.
Be positive. It'll be
you know
fun.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's how it comes out. Like my mouth won't match the words.
It'll be fine.
So we'll see. So if that happens, hey, you know what we're trying to do. We're trying to get better, and hopefully it is. So click like below, everyone. Share the video. Please subscribe to our channel. Much love to all of you. Without all of you, we don't do this. And again, the first couple of rounds at these major tournaments, there are so many matches going. So if it comes across a little quick, or maybe,
I can't wait till tomorrow.
or maybe not, broken down as much as we would like, then we will make sure we're a lot more spot on as the matches thin out. Okay. So thanks so much to all of you. Much love to all of you. Welcome everybody new from Sweden, from Canada. We've got some new ones. So hey, it's becoming a global family here, and that's what we're trying to do. And welcome, and much love, and vamos, and let's go, Roger Federer. To all of you. That's it, everyone. The grind has begun. We'll see you tomorrow. And this will be every day until the French Open ends. No matter if it's 2 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning or 12 in the afternoon, we'll make it happen. See you later. And as Carla always says,
Adios.
Adios. See you guys.